If you have ever wanted to play shows as a live cover musician, but don't know how or where to find gigs, I'm going to teach you where to find those gigs in this video. My name is Cole Biedenhardt and I've been playing solo gigs for about 3 years now. All the info in this video comes from my personal experience. Before you go out looking for gigs, you have to know two things first: your genre and your style. For genre, do you play rock, pop, country? For style, do you loop? Do you play fingerstyle? Do you play acoustic, electric, piano, or a mix of those? Your style is what is going to differentiate yourself from the other musicians who are doing the same thing as you. You also have to match your style to the vibe of the venue you're playing. For example, if you're playing a wedding ceremony, fingerstyle acoustic would be a great choice. However, looping and spending the time to set up all your loops may not be the best choice for a wedding ceremony. Once you know your genre and your style and you have a basic set list, then it's time for you to do some research. Write down every restaurant, bar, club, any type of venue that you could think that would have live music. Make a list. If you made it this far in the video, you've probably considered playing live music and finding gigs already. And you probably have one or a couple venues in mind. So pause this video and write those venues down on a piece of paper. Once you've run out of ideas on where to play, now start researching each individual name you wrote down. Go to the bar's website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any kind of social media they might have. See what days they have live music, how often, who's playing there, what style it is, what the crowd's like. Just get a general vibe for what they have at that venue. A big part of this process as well is finding out who is playing there. Get to know these artists that are playing at these bars, because you can look at their schedules and find other places to play and just keep expanding on your list of places that you might not have thought of or have never heard of before. So that covers finding gigs online, but you should really be finding gigs in person. If you're going to be playing at a place, you should go check the place out first and go meet the staff, the bartenders, the servers, the manager. Figure out who books the bands there. Any place you go, you should be asking yourself, could I play music here? Then the next question is to ask the bartender, do you guys have live music here? Then introduce yourself. My name is Cole and I'm a solo musician around town. I play guitar, I play rock and country covers, and I'd love to play here sometime. Do you know who the booking manager is? Are they here today? Would I be able to speak with them? If they're not there today, or they don't know, hand them your card, ask them to pass it along to the manager or whoever does their booking. It is more important for you to get their information than for them to have your information. When you have their contact information, it gives you the power to reach out whenever you want. I have given my card out to many places, but have not gotten their information in return, and most of those places I never hear from. I have had venues on my list to check out, but after going to see them in person, meeting the staff, seeing the crowd, seeing the service, the general vibe of the place, it has made me reconsider whether I want to play there or not. Even if you've changed your mind completely and still don't want to play a place, it's still good practice to talk to the staff, get their information, exchange your information, and just see what they can offer, how they treat their artists, how much they pay. And when you're going to a place primarily for research, you should definitely go on a night when they're having live music. You want to check out the artists that are playing there, what the crowd's like. You get a better sense for what goes on when there's actual live music going on. It also shows your support for the artist and live music in general, showing the bar that live music is worthwhile and worth having. And for your benefit, you can also study other people's shows, steal some ideas, incorporate their ideas into your show. It is great to network with the musicians too, which is a whole nother subject I could go into. But the one big thing you want to make sure to not do is make anything about yourself. You can introduce yourself and say you play, but do not ask them to sing a song or play with them unless you are invited. The night is about them. You can promote yourself when you get a gig there. The best thing to do is tip them and tell them they're doing a good job. Also, when you're pitching yourself to the venue staff, there's no need to compare yourself to the night's artist. Once you've found out if a venue is right for you and you're back at home, Then it's time to get a contact if you don't already have one. I prefer email because I can type out my perfect pitch and I can link videos, pictures, and my website. But phone calls can be just as good, if not better. With phone calls, if I'm talking to the right person, I get a quicker and more consistent confirmation for gigs. Places that are good with responding to emails are breweries and bigger bars and newer bars that have regularly scheduled events that need to be in contact with vendors and other companies. It is not always the case, but this is what I've come to find most of the time. Now, smaller bars can be hit or miss if they have an email, but it never hurts to try, at least reach out and send one email. And it never hurts to send a follow-up. Sometimes your email might just get lost in their inbox. These people are busy and they have a business to run, and music isn't always their top priority. Also, never assume you're bothering someone when you're sending them an email, even if it's a follow-up. If you know a bar has live music and is looking for people, most of the time they're going to be very thankful that you've taken the time to reach out to them, and they don't have to reach out to find you. When typing out your email, it doesn't have to be fancy at all. I've had a lot of success with a very basic outline. Really all you had to do is say hello, tell them who you are, what you do, and why you'd be a good fit to play at their bar. So you can use your own words or copy exactly what I put with your own information. Just make sure it's genuine. As long as you've done your research and you know what bars are having live music, most of the time people will be very excited that you have reached out to them and they don't have to go looking for you. And they'll be happy to work with you as long as you come off friendly, professional, and you can prove that you can play 2 to 3 hours and are decent. Now pricing is a whole nother video, but the one thing I will say is when you respond and give them a price, give them a number and don't say anything else. If your price is not within their budget, normally they will counter an offer and say something like this: "Our budget for artists is $250 for 3 hours. Would you be able to do that?" Once you get an offer from them, that is when you can start bargaining with them and decide what it's really worth to play at that venue. I have given high rates to venues in the past where I've been very hesitant to do so, but more often than not, I'll get a response and they'll accept my offer with no hesitation. So don't be afraid to give high rates, but make it realistic and make it worth your time. I will make another video on rate, so subscribe if you want to see that, and leave a comment on any question you have regarding pricing yourself. Now that you have a show booked and everything is agreed upon, put it in your calendar immediately. It would suck to double book yourself or show up at the wrong time, date, or location, or forget about it entirely. Once you have booked a gig, you're on your way to creating an audience and a career for yourself in music. There's many things to learn along the way, but this is the first important step to putting yourself out there in the music world. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more tips like this, and comment what your goal is for gigging. Thank you all for watching. I hope this helps you find the gigs of your dreams.